Hey guys, welcome to my top 10 favorite shiny Pokemon. So in this list, Megas and Legendaries are excluded for the simple fact I will make a top 10 video on those exclusively. There will be a top 10 on my favorite Megas and then a top 10 on my favorite shiny Megas. Just to give you a heads up on that. Now Legendaries, there'll be a top 10 on my favorite shiny Legendaries and a top 10 on my favorite Legendaries overall. So let's get this list kicked off. So number 10 on this list is a Gen 3 Pokemon. Absolutely adore this Pokemon. It's amazingly designed, just overall a brilliant design. And that Pokemon happens to be Azumarill. Now when you get a regular Azumarill and or Marill, the overall design is aesthetically pleasing because the colors go very well together. When you get a shiny, however, you get a green little Marill, but you get this brilliant colored yellow Azumarill. The only bad thing about this shiny is the ears. The ears are the only thing that do not change, but overall this coloration is just amazing. It looks like an Easter egg, in a way, or an Easter bunny, whichever you want to call it. Honestly, I feel it's an Easter egg, but I really enjoy the shiny just for the aesthetics purposes. The overall look of this shiny is just amazing. When I first got my first Azumarill, I loved it. I fell in love. It was an amazing Pokemon to have on my team. I went through the entire game, entire Pokemon Ruby with it, and it basically swept everything out, And then in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I actually ran into a shiny Marill. And I was like, this Pokemon is an odd color. Why is it green? And I kind of knew, I had known a little bit about shinies before then. But when it evolved and I got this shiny Azumarill, I was just stunned. I was completely stunned. Honestly, in my opinion, aesthetically, this is an amazing Pokemon. Physically, this is an amazing Pokemon. It's a great Pokemon to have on your team early on in the game. So honestly, I just fell in love with this overall design. Now, number 9 on this list is also a Gen 3 Pokemon. I fell in love with this Pokemon when I first saw the shiny. I didn't honestly like it to begin with because of the fact that I did not, know of its evolutions until later on in time, But number 9 is Snorunt. Look at this little TP. He looks amazing, doesn't he? Just look at it. I love how it looks like it's got a blanket over it and it's shivering, but I love how it also looks like a teepee and it points at the top. Shiny, however, I think is a lot better than the original because of the fact that the colors change so much, and even the little eyes change. The only thing that stays the same is the body, but it just looks so beautiful in this coloring. And then when you get Glalie, he has the red eyes. And then you get Frostless, and Frostless changes almost overall, other than the body color. The body color may get a slight difference, but this Pokemon just looks stunning. Just looks stunning as a shiny. Number 8 on this list is a Pokemon that just overall looked amazing to begin with. And number 8 is Whimsicott. Now, Whimsicott, I honestly enjoyed the overall design. Cottony I felt was a little simple and underdone, but Whimsicott, oh my goodness, this Pokemon is beautiful and stunning. Now shiny, it is even more so. I really love the shiny because I really enjoy how diverse the shiny looks and how different it looks from the original. The cotton changes a slight color, the body changed completely, the eyes changes completely, and the little horns and or ears, fluff, it's blue. I mean, look at it. It just looks amazing. Aesthetic purposes, this is an amazing Pokemon. Overall, the design was very well thought out, and I commend GameFreak for this shiny. Number 7 on this list is a Pokemon that I really enjoyed getting, though it was a little tough to get to begin with, but I enjoyed getting it. Number 7 on this list is Chandelure. Now, Chandelure is a Ghost Fire type. I feel as if the original non-shiny version is more playing towards the ghost type, whereas the shiny version is more playing towards the fire type. that has no change in its abilities, what it can learn, stuff like that. Honestly, I love this little chandelier. I just absolutely adore this little chandelier. I love how it goes from a single candle to a lamp that's hanging outside in like the streets of London or something, to this beautiful chandelier. And then when you get the shiny version with Litwick having the blue flame, Lampet having the purple, and then chandelier, it's just like bam. The change is so diverse between each shiny, and it just overall fits the design. This design was amazingly thought out and honestly beautifully designed and such. But overall, I never would have figured a chandelier as being a ghost type. Yes, I've been in a few houses where they've got old chandeliers and they're a little creepy, but I never figured it as a ghost type. However, this was just amazing, and it was very well thought out. Very, very good on GameFreak's part. Now, number 6 is a Gen 2 Pokemon. This happens to be probably one of my favorites from Gen 2. Number 6 is Furret. What can I say about Furret? It goes from a brown and pretty much darker brown striped Pokemon to this beautiful pink. Beautiful pink. I like pink Pokemon in general, but this one stands out overall because I really like Furret. Furret is so cute. Honestly, if I could have a pet, I want a Furret. It is just a beautiful Pokemon. Overall, the runaway ability that it can get is amazing, especially when you're horde hunting. It is very, very good to have on a team to do shiny hunting with. I honestly just love this Pokemon. I loved Gen 2 in general, but this Pokemon stood out over all of them for me. Number 5 on the list is Hydreigon. Look at this Hydra. This is just a beast Pokemon. Okay. Watching a few streamers and such on Twitch, shout out to A-Drive, using this Pokemon during their GBAs or something like that. The speed that this Pokemon can have is just stupendous, honestly. However, the design for this Pokemon is just so well compulated and put together that it works. It really does. The petals around the head are just slightly weird, but other than that, this Pokemon works very, very well. I really like the wings, and I like the aesthetic purposes of the wings. How the inner folds of the wings that most birds or bats or something like that have are ghost. Basically, they're missing. And it flies, so it levitates. This Pokemon, though, is just amazing. The purple and the green go very well together with the black, and I just love it. What else can I say, Number 4 is a Gen 1 Pokemon. I know you guys are going, what? She's not done a Gen 1 before. Here's your first one. Gen 1, Dragonair. I honestly fell in love with Dratini and Dragonair because of the fact it is one of the hardest Pokemon to get when you start out the games. And when you started out the games in 1998. Starting out with Red, Dratini was so hard to get. And then when you go to, Gen 2, Gen 3, Dratini is still very hard to get. When I finally got one, I was so happy. When I hatched a shiny in my Omega Ruby, I flipped out. I hatched it in 21 eggs. I was just like, what happened? It stunned me. So getting a shiny Dragonair is just, honestly, there's not much I can say about this Pokemon. It is beautiful. The coloration is beautiful. I really like how Dratini and Dragonair stayed the same color. I do not like how Dragonite went to a green color. It doesn't fit for Dragonair. But other than that, I have nothing really to say about this Pokemon. It is just beautiful. It is stunning. It is very graceful looking. And the pink just adds to that. Number 3 on this list is a Gen 6 Pokemon. It's a brand new Pokemon almost. And it's honestly very, very cool. Number 3 would be Hawlucha. Hawlucha. Honestly, what do I have to say about this Pokemon? Aesthetically, it is very pleasing to the eye. It was very well thought out to be a fighting flying type. The typing, it just fits the Pokemon in general. But the colors. Let's just get on the colors for a minute. You've got green, you've got purple, you've got red, you've got black. You never think those would fit together. You never think they would fit together. But Hawlucha makes it work. Makes it look just brilliant. GameFreak they thought about Hawlucha's design shiny-wise for a while. And they nailed it. What can I say? They nailed it. This is just amazing shiny. It looks amazing. It's amazing. Number two is a Gen 4 Pokemon. The only Pokemon that I absolutely fell in love with in Gen 4. And that would be Luxray. Boy, I love cats. Most people know this already, but I love cats. And when I seen Shinx, I fell in love with Shinx. But when it evolved into Luxio and then into Luxray finally, I was so stoked. And the bad thing is, I didn't know it was shiny at the time. I had a shiny Shinx at the time. I was so used to seeing the blue ones that I didn't notice the color change. But I did. I had a shiny Shinx in Gen 4. And it was just so beautiful. And I fell in love with it. And, I mean, look at the design. Look at it. Look at it. What can you say? What can you do? Really and honestly. Who would not want this on a team? Who would not want this Pokemon in general? Can anybody answer that question? I love this Pokemon. Absolutely adore this Pokemon. And I love the shiny even more. The regular version is very, very well thought of. The overall design is very good. I love the way they tried to incorporate the star in it. Oh my god, it looks amazing. It works very well as a Pokemon. It works very well aesthetically and design-wise. I just love this Pokemon. There's not much more I can say. And number one for this video is a new Gen 6 Pokemon. I fell in love with the design in the original state. But when I seen the shiny, I was just awed. Number one is Noivern. This is my favorite shiny Pokemon. Look at this beast. Look at him. Just sit there and look at him for a second. What do you see that honestly draws your attention? What is your attention drawn to when you first look at this Pokemon? For me, it is the ears. The ears are just beautiful. But this Pokemon is overall beautiful. The design is beautiful. I really like the bat design and how it gets bigger throughout its evolutionary stage. I kind of feel like it needed a middle evolution, but honestly, to go from Noibat to Noivern, it's amazing. I love the typing being dragon, flying, and it fits this Pokemon. It really does. For the fact that it's green, and I don't particularly like all the green Pokemon. I mean, you have Druddigon, you have Dragonite, and a few others. Honestly, I probably like Hydreigon and Druddigon out of them, other than Noivern. Noivern tops them all for me. Noivern is just well done. It is well designed. And the shiny is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And there's not much I have to say. That is my number one, guys. So if you like this video, guys, make sure you leave a thumbs up and a like. And in the comments below, give me, your top shiny Pokemon, or what you feel your favorite shiny Pokemon is. And ideas of what you would like to see me do next. You can give me comments, you can give me feedback, you can give me everything you need. But honestly, I really enjoyed you guys. I hope you loved my top 10. I hope I give you some really good info and such about them and what I really liked about them. Other than that, guys, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.